welcome back to my channel. I am Lauren, and if you're new here, I make lifestyle videos and vlogs about my life as a girl in college. This is the second video of my recruitment series, and as we have talked about in the last video, if you haven't watched it, I will link it below. We will be talking about the do's and don'ts of what to wear during recruitment, what to keep with you, and kind of my essentials of what to keep with you during recruitment, along with how to connect with sororities over the summer and during times like these, aka COVID. I just want to start by reviewing the last video, which I will link below if you haven't seen it, where we go over resumes and recommendation letters. And I just want to review a little bit of what that video talked about before we get started today. The last video went over what to put on your resume along with how to organize it, along with finding alumni to write your recommendation letters and what to give them so that they can write you a great recommendation letter. It's super detailed and it's linked below. So now that we've gone over all the intro stuff, let's get into it. So the first thing we're going to talk about today is outfits, and I'm fashionable, but definitely not as fashionable as I could be, so I definitely leaned on my fashionable friends to give me advice for this video. The first thing I would recommend is finding out if your school or your Panhellenic community gives you anything to wear during recruitment. So like Arkansas, for example, they give you a t-shirt for every round. So all you have to do is find shorts, shoes, and accessories, but not all schools do this. So I'm going to talk you through how to find out what your school gives you or what they don't. You can find this out by just asking somebody who's gone through recruitment at that school, because obviously they'll have the answer for you, or the Panhellenic website should have that answer also. And you can find this out by going to the lookbook on the Panhellenic website, which I will show you here, or when you're registering for recruitment, if they ask you your t-shirt size, that should be a pretty good indicator as to whether or not they're going to give you a t-shirt. Everything that I'm about to say is based on what college you go to. So like if you're going to a school where it is 100 degrees out during that week, do not wear long pants, do not wear a long dress, just wear something comfortable and that you feel confident in and that looks nice on you. So obviously I had a t-shirt going through recruitment because Arkansas gives you one, but if you don't, I have a few tips for you. And I got these tips from reading online about other schools that don't give you t-shirts, and I also heard from my friends who went through recruitment and who didn't get a t-shirt. I would start off by saying don't wear a t-shirt. It's really casual, and recruitment is a time when you should be dressing up because it's kind of like an interview, so it should be treated like one. Most of the girls who I talked to recommended just wearing a cute dress and some heels because that's what they noticed everybody wearing, and that's what they did. I also wouldn't recommend wearing anything that could be seen as too casual. This can include rompers and two-piece dresses. You don't want to show anything like your stomach, and also rompers can just be seen as casual since they kind of have a pair of shorts built in. Not that shorts are bad, but we'll get into that later. Recruitment is a time to dress up. It's a time to look your best. It's an interview, and like I said earlier, it should be treated like one. It's a time for you to look nice and show off who you really are. Here are a few examples of things that I'd recommend. Just some cute summer dresses, nothing too crazy, just super simple and delicate. Here are some pictures of some dresses that I think are cute and good examples. None of them are too short. They all look really comfortable, but they also don't look too casual. If you do get shirts during recruitment, then all you have to worry about is shorts, shoes, and accessories. So let's get into bottoms. The main thing here is length. Nobody wants to see your booty. I'm sorry, no matter how round and bubbly and nice it may be, I don't want to see it. Other PNMs don't want to see it, your Gamma Chi doesn't want to see it, and especially sororities don't want to see it because it doesn't make you look classy. I would also personally stay away from jean shorts and athletic shorts. These can just be really casual and they can make anything that you are wearing, especially a t-shirt, look even more casual than it already is. So I would try to wear something that can dress up the t-shirt rather than dress it down. Wear something that's going to show off your personality. If you can, wear bottoms that have color to them. During recruitment week, I personally wore paper bag shorts in different colors along with some skirts. If you can, I would wear something with color. This is a great way to show off your personality and just add some fun to your outfit. But at the end of the day, just wear something that you feel really confident in. This is obviously situational based on the day. For me, it rained 4 out of the 7 days of my recruitment experience, so I wore rain boots 4 out of 7 days. And I promise you, if it comes down to it, wear rain boots. It's not worth getting blisters. It's better that you're just comfortable. Here's an example of the rain boots that I wore. Yes, they are lilac, and I got really lucky because they ended up matching the t-shirts that I had to wear those days. Otherwise, I would just recommend wearing some cute sandals, heels, platforms, or booties. Those Steve Madden platforms are really in right now. They're super cute and comfortable, or the white booties that are really trendy are also a great option. The main thing though is just make sure your shoes are comfortable enough for you to walk around in for long periods of time and for you to stand in for long periods of time. And maybe just you wear them over the summer, see if you like them, see if they're comfortable, and maybe test drive them. Especially if you get new shoes, make sure to break them in before recruitment week. Now on to accessories. This is a great way just to show off your personality, add pops of color, and just really show you during recruitment week. And think about it, if you're wearing the same shirt as everybody else, this is a great way to kind of separate yourself from the group. The first thing that I would recommend is do not, under any circumstances, wear a watch. If you really care about knowing what the time is, keep it in your bag, but do not wear it. If you go into a house and you, even if you don't mean to, but you look at your wrist and you have a watch on, it's gonna look really rude, and nobody wants to talk to somebody who's checking the time during a conversation. I would really recommend making a statement with your earrings. It's really easy to personalize these and curate them to your outfit. The same can be said for for necklaces and bracelets. I would just say don't wear anything too chunky. Just remember, you want to wear it, not it wear you. I personally love Kendra Scott. This video obviously isn't sponsored, but I wear one of her necklaces every day. Today is no exception. And so I just wore a Kendra Scott necklace every day of the week along with my normal rings, and I just switched up my earrings for the week. I also want to mention designer things, and this can go either way, but I would just recommend if you're gonna wear something designer, keep it small. I wouldn't recommend wearing a Gucci belt or anything big or chunky. Maybe just some small earrings or a bracelet, that would be fine, just something dainty. But I just want to also kind of bring to light, if you wear these things, it can be taken as you trying to show off and that sort of thing, and people don't want that. So just keep that in mind. There's no problem if you do wear stuff like that, but just remember it can be taken a different way. Next up is nails. You can definitely not have anything done. Most girls do get their nails done before recruitment week, but I also wanted to throw in kind of an alternate option that I found being on the other side of recruitment that I really liked, and that's press-ons. You can get these at Walmart. I really like the ones that I'm going to throw up on the screen right here. They're really good. They last a really long time. No, this video is not sponsored. It really should be because these are amazing. But you can get them at Walmart, CVS, Target, pretty much any drugstore. And they're super cheap. I think they're like $5, and they have tons of different colors. So I would also recommend these if you don't have the budget or just don't have the time to go to a salon and get your nails done, but you want a little bit of something. In the link below, it'll take you to the Google folder from the last video, but this time I've also added an Excel sheet filled with different stores and that sort of thing with all sorts of price points, and I've also listed any discount codes to the right of the store name on there, and I also have the price point of it and just the things that I recommend maybe looking for there, like whether it be tops or skirts or dresses or accessories. I've listed that below for your convenience. These aren't just stores that I recommend, there are also a lot of recommendations from my friends who are a lot more fashionable than I am. Shout out to all of you, you know who you are because I texted you asking for recommendations. The last thing for this portion of the video is just hair and makeup. And for this, honestly, the best advice that I can give is just be you. If you don't like wearing makeup, throw on some mascara and call it a day. If you do, do a full face. But I would also just say, sororities want to see you, the actual version, not the cake face version. So don't worry about caking on makeup. It's not that big of a deal. And also for hair, just do what makes you happy. I really like straightening my hair, so I did that for recruitment. If you want to curl your hair, curl it. But there's no reason to feel the need to just completely make over yourself, because honestly, we just want to see you. Whatever's going to make you the most confident, do it. Okay, now onto the essentials. These are the things that personally I either wish that I had during recruitment or I definitely did have with me during recruitment. And I also got a bunch of recommendations from people who I interviewed while kind of getting notes and stuff for this video series. At Arkansas, they give you just like a big clear bag. It's just like a plastic bag at the beginning of recruitment, and that's like the one thing that you get to keep with you during recruitment, and you can put anything that you want in there. So here are my essentials. I don't quite know how other schools do it, but that's how Arkansas does it. But they don't let you keep your phone. At least Arkansas doesn't. I know K-State does, so it's definitely by school. But so all of this is based off of obviously my recruitment experience and those that I interviewed. Obviously not all of them are from Arkansas, so I have a bunch of different point of views, but this is what I personally would recommend, and after reading through all the info, found really helpful. First step is a water bottle. This, mandatory. I don't care where you go to school, bring a water bottle. You need to stay hydrated. It is so important that you stay hydrated. You've seen me all throughout these videos drinking water. Stay hydrated. And the week before recruitment, drink tons of water because this week is excruciating, it's long, and it's just mentally draining along with physically draining. And so the last thing you need is to be dehydrated and pass out because of it. So make sure that you're drinking water and that you always have it with you, whether it's the water bottle that they give you or you bring your own hydro flask or whatever it is. Just please, I cannot emphasize this enough, this should be the #1 thing in your bag. Always have a water bottle with water in it. Okay, now that we've gone through that one, the next thing that I would recommend is a compact mirror and just mints. These are great just right before you go into a house. Check your makeup, make sure that you look good, you like your hair. That way you feel really confident right before you go in. And also mints, you're most likely going to be talking about this far away from somebody. So make sure that you have good breath. I know they they eat mints right before they talk to you. So just make sure that you just have something to freshen your breath. It can be mints, gum, maybe those Listerine like strips. I know I had those during recruitment. The next one's kind of self-explanatory. Touch-up makeup. This can be powder, lipstick, chapstick, just anything that you feel like you need. A brush, just all the little things. This is honestly really personal. If you don't like makeup, obviously you don't need this, but if you do, I just recommend bringing whatever touch-ups you need just to make sure that you feel confident and you're able to refresh your makeup throughout the day. Snacks. I'm a big food gal, love food. I get real hangry. I know a lot of other people get real hangry. We don't want any hangry girls going through recruitment. Bring a granola bar, do yourself a favor, bag of Cheez-Its. Just bring some snacks because you will get hungry and you will be very happy when you're able to eat during the day. Next up is an umbrella. This one is very situational. Like I said, it rained 4 out of 7 days of my recruitment. I had an umbrella with me. It's really important. Obviously, if it's not going to rain there, don't bring it. Don't let it take up the space in your bag, but like if there's a possibility, I would bring it just because you don't want to walk into a house sopping wet. You're not going to feel very good about yourself. And so this could be an umbrella, just one of those like little compact ponchos that you can get at Walmart, or just bring a raincoat for the day. It's completely up to you. Next thing that I would recommend is a boredom buster. This can be a book, a coloring book, friendship string is what somebody recommended, a magazine. You're most likely going to have a lot of time between parties, and so it's really good to have something to do with your time so that you're not just sitting there completely bored. And obviously talking to other people is great, but the week can be really draining, so sometimes you just need a moment to yourself. So I would recommend just bringing something to do. Like I said, books are great, take up a lot of time. Coloring books is what a lot of people recommended. Also, flip-flops. Your shoes are probably not going to be comfortable 24/7. Even if they are comfortable for the first 3 hours, which is really good, I would just bring flip-flops. They don't take up a lot of space, they aren't heavy to carry, and they're really easy to switch in and out of so that it's a little bit more comfortable when you're walking from house to house. The next thing that I would recommend is a cardigan or a sweatshirt and then some sort of athletic shorts or joggers to change into. While you're on your breaks, you're going to want to probably lay down and relax, maybe even take a nap. And these take up less space than a blanket, so you can use them as a pillow or just to keep you warm, and they're a lot more comfortable than your dress or your shorts that you're going to be wearing. The next one is definitely not necessary, but sunglasses. I wear sunglasses whenever I leave the house, even if it's cloudy, so I obviously had these with me during recruitment. You definitely don't need them, but they bring me comfort and I like them, and they're comfortable and they make it so much easier to see when the sun is out, obviously. So I would recommend these, but once again, these aren't necessary. The next one is a hairbrush. This is something I didn't have with me during recruitment, and I honestly really wish I did. And somebody recommended this and I was like, oh my gosh, that's so smart. It's really great for touch-ups. All you need is something super small. You don't need your big one, just like the little small. I think you can get one at Walmart for probably $2. And it's just good, once again, feel confident right before you walk into the house. The next one's kind of like, I call it the girl essentials. This is deodorant, body spray, hair ties, band-aids, just all the little things, ibuprofen, just all the little things to make sure that throughout the day, if you need them, you have them. If you don't, good, they don't take up any space. They pretty much speak for themselves and keep you smelling good, and if you get blisters, you're gonna want band-aids to put over them. The last thing that I would recommend is some notebooks and pens. Not some, just one. You don't need more than one. A notebook and pen. You grow so much throughout the week, and it's really good just to keep notes. And also it's really good right when you get out of a house just to write down your initial feelings, what y'all talked about, because later in the week the decisions get really hard, and so it's kind of nice to be able to look back and see, oh, I continually felt really great whenever I was in this house and we talked about things that really related to me, versus, oh yeah, like this day wasn't as good but this day was great. So you're able to look back and kind of compare and see where you really feel like you felt the best and where you had the best impressions. Remember, this is your bag to keep with you during the week, so if it's going to make you happy or bring you comfort, then just bring it. The last portion of this video is how to connect with sororities, and I feel like this is really important, especially this year, 2020, because it's gotten a little crazy with COVID, but we are getting through it. So here we go, let's get into it. And I want to preface this whole section by saying, do not make any prior assumptions about a sorority before you meet them and you are able to make an assumption yourself. Don't listen to what other people say about it. Do not read online. I think there's a website called like Greek Rank or something. Don't read it. It's not accurate. Like anything that you find online about a sorority is very unlikely to be accurate. So now that we've gotten that out of the way and I've prefaced this whole section, here is how I recommend connecting with a sorority and kind of getting a feel for what they're going to be like and what they're interested in. My main suggestion is Instagram. Every sorority at every single school should have one. So I would just recommend following all the accounts and kind of scrolling through their Instagram posts and kind of just look through it, see what's going on, see their events, their sisterhood, that sort of thing. But also remember, don't make any assumptions once again about them because they only show probably about 5% of the girls in their sorority. But that being said, this is a really good way to kind of connect with them and show your interest in them by following them. Most sororities should have their stories on their highlight reel. So I would go through, click through it, see their philanthropy one, see their sisterhood one. This will kind of give you some insight onto what their philanthropy is, the events that they hold, and also what they do as a sisterhood, and see if you could connect with them. If they have any links on their Instagram, I would also click those. I know for mine, we have a YouTube up right now, and we also have a podcast going on to kind of connect with people throughout this kind of crazy COVID time, since we can't do tabling during orientation. So click on those, see if you're interested. If you're listening to them, that's awesome. And just kind of get a vibe and a feel for what they're like. Another good way to get to know a sorority is by reading through their description on the Panhellenic page of your school. So I will kind of show you how that works here. And this is just a good way because they wrote it, or the school wrote it, I'm not sure who wrote it, but it's up there, it's very accurate, and it's very factual. It's not an opinion, which is something that's really important to focus on. Looking at these things gives you a good baseline for what to expect and kind of what to look for before you go into recruitment. And it makes it a lot easier to connect with them during recruitment because you already kind of know a little bit about them, especially their philanthropy and their sisterhoods. It's a great way to show that you've already shown interest in them. Before I end this video, I just want to reiterate a few things. A, wear things that are going to make you feel confident and comfortable, but also things that are putting your best foot forward because like I said, this is basically an interview, so if you wouldn't wear it there, don't wear it here. Don't wear something just because everybody else is wearing it. Wear something that's really personal to you because honestly, this is the place where you're kind of finding your girl gang. That sounds so cheesy. I hear it. But honestly, like that's what makes being in a sorority so cool is that everybody is so different. Do your hair and makeup and wear things that show your true personality, so that way you actually connect with the girls who are gonna fit best with you and your sorority. And obviously, what I told in this video is based on my experience and the experience of people who I interviewed. And yeah, I tried to get as broad of information as I could, but that doesn't mean I got everything. And so this is my personal recommendation for things, and if it doesn't work for you, it doesn't work for you. And that's no big deal. As far as what to keep with you during recruitment, all of these things I honestly feel like are super essential, but once again, if they don't work for you, don't bring them. And if something that I didn't mention is something that you want, A, comment it below so I can see what it is, and also bring it because it's gonna bring you comfort during the week, and that's the most important part. When you're looking into sororities, make sure that you're getting all your information from reliable sources, aka either directly from the sorority itself or from the other sources that I mentioned. Make sure that you just aren't listening to the opinions of other people because honestly, everybody has their bias and it's not fair to you going through recruitment, and it's definitely not fair to the sororities if you're already making assumptions about them because they, like I said, they probably aren't true. I hope this video was super helpful for you guys, and feel free to comment below any questions that you have, and I will see y'all next week. Bye!